Merry New Year, everybody!
Merry New Year!
Happy New Year. In this country, we say Happy New Year.
I can't believe we're in the year 2020. It just feels futuristic. You know, it's absolutely crazy. But yeah, you know, I hope you all had a great New Year's. I didn't do too much myself, you know, just chilled out. Went past midnight, so he sent a few messages around. But of course, you know, this is my gaming YouTube channel. And into the new year, I'm not going to make any promises. I'm just going to keep on trying to do content that I like and hopefully that you like. But to start off the new year, I thought I would continue the old 2019 and plus the whole decade of memories, pretty much. And one thing that came to mind are some of the great sounds that we hear from video games. Now, you know, in one of my previous videos, I've done some of my favorite game worlds of the decade, so please check that video out if you haven't already. But this video idea came up thanks to Retro Death, who also done a great video on sound effects, but these were like his sound effects, his favorite sound effects pretty much of all time, I think.
Today's video is gonna be so damn satisfying. Today we're gonna be talking about sound effects.
But this one for me are just gonna be some of my most memorable sound effects of the last decade, and these are the type of ones that aren't necessarily the best, but the type of ones that if you hear and if you have played the game, you know exactly what that sound effect is. You know, great sounds can be like character silhouettes. You know, you can look at one and instantly know who it is just by looking at a silhouette of a great character design. But with the sound, the other, you can hear and instantly know where it's from, maybe even pinpoint it to an exact moment. But that sound, you just recognize it instantly if you are familiar with the game, and of course, more importantly, if you have played the game. So yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into it, and these are some of my favorite sound. So I say sound, you know, some of them might, you know, borderline on music, but I'm not going into a music list for this. These are just, you know, just great sound effects for the most part. So yeah, let's get into it. There are plenty of sounds in Breath of the Wild which you'll instantly hear, and you'll just know, you know, exactly what it is. But out of all the, you know, great sound effects in Breath of the Wild, I think the one that is probably most memorable is probably the cooking jingle. And this is the whole sequence, the whole sound where you actually hear the cooking, and then you get the completion sound effect at the end. It's just something that you just heard so much during Breath of the Wild. You could just play it, and you know, people would be taken back, you know, instantly, whether they're over the cooking pot or they'll just be able to complete that sound in their head. And that's the important thing about great sounds. You know, you have to be able to instantly recognize them and know what they are. And definitely the cooking sound for Breath of the Wild is one of them.
This, Manta, chokta, nazur, mutar, bisnachala. Otopichure namen manta dublem. Emen pateprana papanada octis.
If you're a fan of Hollow Knight like me, then yes, you know, Zote the Mighty and his jibber jabber is just it's just one of the most memorable sound effects from the entire game. I mean, Hollow Knight once again got loads of great sound effects, you know, and also great music. You know, you can play Dirtmouth's music and people instantly know that's Hollow Knight. But when you hear Zote just jabbing away once you unlock him in the village, you know, it just made me laugh. And he stands there chatting away about how great he is and all these feats that he's done, and I listened to all of them, and that sound just got drilled into my head. But the type of jibber jabber that it is, it's just a great language, just a great made up language for Hollow Knight. And Team Cherry done a great job with this, and I just love Zote the Mighty because of his jibber jabber.
Aklama buktis, emin ba deprana, bap nanad, loktis.
Of course, in the last decade, we had the Wii U, you know, one of my favorite Nintendo consoles ever. I don't want to talk about the dark times, but you know, as soon as you hear that music, that boots up music, which you know continues into the jingle of like Miiverse and stuff, but just that boot up music, as soon as you hear it, I mean, consoles, you know, loads of consoles got great boot up music, you know, you just love it. But from this last decade, you know, definitely the Wii U boot up music was just, you could just put it on, and you just know exactly what moment in the console, you know, that this is happening, and it just gives me tingles, you know. And this is what I love once again about great sound designs. Like I said, it just takes you back to those moments, and in your mind you can instantly visualize what's happening, and that's, like I said, great sound design. Certainly one of the most horrifying sound effects in video games, you know, of late. You know, if you've played The Last of Us, you will know exactly what this sound is, and you know, it's from the clickers, you know, those blind zombies who prey on you through sound if you make any hiccups and stuff. But the clicker sound was truly nerve-wracking, and like I said, you know, if you played The Last of Us, as soon as you hear that, you would have known exactly what that sound was, and it'll send these images into your head of being stuck in darkness, and you know, or even walking through that flooded basement. You know, one of the great scenes in the game. Yeah, you know, the clicking sound is just, oh, you know, shivers. But once again, just great sound design, designed for a specific enemy, and it just works extremely well. If the Switch has achieved, you know, something great, then it's just its click sound. You know, that Switch click sound. It's just iconic now. People will remember it, and you just hear it, you know, all the time. Whether you're slotting in your Joy-Cons, whether it's through the trailers, it's just. I mean, Nintendo are just, you know, so good at memorable sound effects and sound designs. You know, that's some of the best in the industry, and you know, the Switch click sound is just, oh. You know, like I said, you know, it's I'm not saying it's like one of my favorites, but I'm just saying when you hear it, you just, images in your head instantly just there. You know exactly what it is. I love sounds of great weapons in games, and Splatoon's iconic, you know, guns, and just with their splatter sounds. Yeah, like I said, you know, it's just, you know, I love Jet Force Gemini. Jet Force Gemini got some amazing gun sound effects. But as soon as you hear this gun from Splatoon, you know exactly what it is. You just know exactly what it is. It's just so unique, and that's hard to do. You know, you can bring up loads of different weapons in games and chuck their sound effects on. Some you might get, some you probably won't. But the Splatoon, you know, ink gun shot is just iconic now, I feel. And you know, it's just I honestly hope we get a Splatoon 3, which I'm sure we will. And these sound effects, you know, every time you hear them, you know exactly what it is. When I reviewed God of War on the PlayStation 4, I said one of the best sound effects I'd heard in recent memory was the sound of the world serpent speaking, and it was just, you know, it's just phenomenal. Like I said, anyone who played God of War now, as soon as you hear that, you know, that speech, that rumbling, that deep bass from his voice, it's just a really, really, really great sound effect, and they've done a phenomenal job with it, just pumping down that power and size and scale of what the world serpent is, and probably how you expect such a creature of such immense size to sound like if it was speaking. You know, absolutely incredible. I love the sound of the world serpent.
It speaks?
Yeah, Mom said he's friendly.
What is it saying?
I don't know. Hey, never in the fuzzy. Woo! Hop, yahoo! Yahoo! Choppy! Happy. Yeah.
And we'll finish up on, as you can tell, as you should know, is the sound of Cappy from Super Mario Odyssey. I think the Super Mario series has without a doubt just some of the most iconic sound effects in video game history. You know, there's just no denying it. Whether it's, you know, it's collecting the coins, the sound of Mario's jump, even his death and stuff like that. You know, the Mario games just have those iconic sounds, and the sounds of Cappy, all the sounds that he makes, whether it's a swishing sound for where you throw him out or whether he's talking, just another great little character invented by Nintendo. And he's a hat, you know, he's Mario's hat. Sure, he could transform into other hats, but you know, he's more iconically known and seen as Mario's hat. And it's just absolute genius, and I absolutely love the sound of Cappy. And like I said, you can hear it and instantly you can almost, you know, guess what move he's doing just from the sound effects, which in itself is incredible. But yeah, you know, Cappy is just great sound design. Once again, I love it. So yeah, those are some of my favourite sounds from the decade. I could have added a lot more in here, but sometimes I feel I make my list too long, and I like to give other people the chance to chime in on the comment sections with their own most memorable, or just some of their just memorable sound effects that they've heard, whether it's this year or in the last decade. You know, let me know in the comments section. I'm sure many of them I would have heard as well, I won't completely agree with. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's go straight into 2020, and I'll keep that content coming for you guys. And once again, thank you for everyone who's subscribed to me. Yeah, I just love talking video games, and it's videos like this which I hope you like, because I love just talking about this stuff. But yeah, thanks for listening, take care all, and peace.